Well, g'day everyone, and welcome back to the channel. All right, got a new toy slash tool for my knife making game. Needed to turn my knife sharpening up a touch. The Lansky system is great if you're just doing it hobby style. Once you start producing a few knives, I mean, I've sharpened probably about 200 knives off that Lansky system, and once you start getting to that sort of number, then you need to step up the game. Now, I looked at the things like the TS Prof and the Wicked Edge and that sort of thing. This actually came in a little bit cheaper than those, and for me, I think it's going to be a better system. It's the EZEsharp blade sharpening system. This is certainly not a paid one. I wish I got paid for the tools I bought. That would be lovely, but I don't. So EZEsharp blade sharpener system. It comes from Aussie Outback Supplies. They actually own the EZEsharp company. And yeah, to me it looks like it's going to be a better system than those other ones because it works with a wider stone. Works with a standard size stone. What do we get? These here are the stone carriers, and they are to fit your stones into. It also comes with a standard style stone that's complementary. All right, so that is your aluminum oxide sort of stone. Has a rough side, a smooth side, which is great if you use those sort of stones. I actually don't. I much prefer using diamonds, so I've gone with diamonds on mine. Toolkit and parts kit. I was actually really surprised when I opened it up. It came with a full toolkit. You know, it's got little Phillips head screwdriver, a couple of spanners in there, and also a really good Allen key. So yeah, really happy with the parts that it came with. So it's a screw down bench system, which I will go and set in the second part of this. We've got the blade clamp here. Now that's 100mm or 4 inches wide. As you can see, it's a nice meaty sort of blade clamping system. You can also get the wedge attachment, which works for things like shears, scissors, that sort of thing. And much like, I don't know if it's going to work by hand. Yeah, it will. Much like your TS Prof and that sort of system, it flips over 180 degrees, so you can just spin the blades over as you're working. But yeah, I mean, having that width of grip is going to be a lot better for me than using the little Lansky system, which is, it's probably an inch wide if it's that. So that will be a lot better. Here's one of the things that really sold me on the system. The actual stone guides go into this one, which is a full T rather than one little fixed point. You work all the way across this. So that looks awesome to me. So that's the basics out of the box. And I got some extras. An extra stone carrier. And I've also bought this stone here, which is a medium and super fine. So 1200 and 400. I bought a large coarse stone. This one is 8 inches by 3 inches, which is the maximum size that the carriers will take. But it means that rather than use those tiny little sort of probably 5/8 inch wide sharpening stones, I have, you know, 3 inches wide of sharpening stone that runs 8 inches long. When I'm taking those first cuts, you know, I'm going to have plenty of meat to cut away with. And then we go to these smaller ones, and I already own an EZElap in fine, which will just fit straight in. So yeah, the extra blade carrier, those two stones, and I also got the 50mm blade clamp, so for when I'm doing smaller knives I can change over to the 50mm and use that one. And also a cover. The things out in the shop get awfully dirty and dusty, and so if I've got a cover put over the top of it, it's going to keep it nice and clean and make sure I don't get metal dust inside of it. It is a bigger system than those other ones, which means when I put it on the bench, chances are I'm not going to be putting it away again. So the cover just made sense to me. All right, let's go set it up out in the garage. Okay, setup, pretty easy. First off, we clamp the base down to the bench, so that's nice and solid. Next up, T-bar. Knob on it. And the standard setting for that is 40mm. There is measurements down on the side of the bar here. Blade clamp. And standard setting for that is 20 degrees, which it's at the moment. Now, of course, I'm going to have to just check all the angles and make sure it's what I normally sharpen at. So clamp here should open and close. Just like that. I actually have a profile knife at the moment. There we go, nice and secure. All right, change your angle, pull it out, flip it over, put it back in. Simple as that. Okay, the larger one comes so you can use smaller stones or the larger stones on it. The stone I've got's a larger one, so we'll just take the inner support rails off. Be about the size. Okay, we'll just nip that in to start with. And we're gonna have to adjust it. What you've got to do, and I'll show you on this double-sided stone, is you need to make sure that you've got the same amount poking out past the bar on each side. And with your other stones, you want to have the same amount poking out of the bar as what you've got there. And so I need to make sure that my coarse grit and also my fine grit match what this double-sided stone's doing. Okay, that's our guide rod to go in the T-rail. And then we've got these nice, neat little handle. And that was something I always hated about the Lansky, is the way you gripped it. Whereas this, you've got a nice firm handle to grip with. Okay, and then it goes in like so. And as I said, having this wider surface means that, you know, let me turn it over to the just straight aluminium side. Having this wider surface means that all of a sudden my strokes are covering so much more space. Whereas using a Lansky style stone, which doesn't really fit the system, but you know, you got to get a lot of travel to get all the way across there in one stroke. And generally what I'd end up doing is backwards and forwards. But with these ones, all of a sudden, much easier, shorter strokes. So, and this is pretty much the reason why I've chosen this system in front of any of the other ones. I think it's just gonna work so much better, so much quicker. I've taken my water grinder out, and this is gonna replace it. Now what I'm gonna do is throw a link down the bottom for the website. It's certainly not an affiliate link. I'm certainly not getting any money from it. It is an Australian owned company. They do ship internationally, so they will send them over to America for anyone over in America, or else anywhere else in the world. Yeah, I'm gonna, once I get the hang of using this system, because I want to get the hang of using it first to do it justice, then I will put a video out on how to use it. Until that time where I'm comfortable using it, I don't think there's much point putting a video out. So I'm going to get the hang of it first, and then I'm going to put a video out on actually using the system. All right, thank you very much everyone for watching, and bye for now.